Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Iza Atira binti Amasifan. In this video, I'm going to do an experiment which called the effects of heat treatment on the microstructure of steel. There are 5 processes in this experiment, but I'm going to do only one process, which is cutting, and I'm going to use another material instead of steel, which is wood. So let's get started. First thing first, a piece of wood is needed for this experiment, a saw, a marker and a ruler, several safety apparatus such as safety goggle, a mat, and a pair of gloves. Next, I'm going to show safety or precaution in this experiment because it's really important so that we can conduct the experiment safely without any injury. So let's... First, I'm wearing a mask that is adjustable for me as I'm wearing a hijab. And the mask will protect you from the dust of the wood that can cause respiratory problems. Next, a glove is a mask so that your hand will not hurt while cutting. Just try to put the sleeve of the shirt inside the glove so that the sleeve of the shirt will not distract you while cutting. To prevent the dust of the wood from getting into your eyes, safety goggle is essential. Firstly, mark the wood according to the size you want to cut. Hold the wood with your hand on the table, and the other hand is to cut the wood following the mark. And now you're good to go. Finally, after a few minutes, I managed to cut this wood into 2. So the cutting process is done. What is the purpose of etching process in the preparation of a metallographic sample, and how is it done? The purpose of etching process is to generate a flat surface with a mirror like a surface so that a good microscopic view can be seen. The etching process also removes thin, highly formed layer introduced by grinding and polishing. First, the surface of the sample is cleaned with alcohol and is dry. Next, the surface of the sample is immersed in the etching reagent for a few seconds. After that, the sample is placed under a stream of water to remove all the traces acid. Then the sample is washed again with alcohol to prevent watermarks. Now the sample is ready to be viewed under microscope. Describe the heat treatment procedure for steels such as annealing, normalizing, quenching, and tempering, and the intended final microstructure. Heat to the specified temperature. Hold or soaking at the temperature for a specific time. Cool slowly, usually to a room temperature. Heat the steel above the austenite temperature. After sufficient time has been allowed for the alloy
form to austenitizing. Remove from the furnace and cool it in air. Heated to 30 Celsius to 50 Celsius above the upper critical temperature and then quench. Immediately after quenching, sample is heated. Held at that temperature for about 2 hours. Lastly, remove from the bath and cool in air. For the final microstructure, the annealing will produce coarse perlite, normalizing will produce fine perlite, quenching will produce martensite, and tempering will produce tempered martensite. Briefly describe the characteristics of a martensite microstructure. Microstructure martensite contains many needle-shaped features. It's also caused the martensite to be very hard and brittle. Then it has a lower density than austenite. So in conclusion, to study on preparing of the metallographic sample for the microstructure observation, to study the effects of heat treatment on the microstructure of steel, to discover the microstructure of ferrite, perlite, cementite, austenite, and martensite under the microscopic view, are achieved.